Planet. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money, whatever spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Down by the water, maybe I'm the sun, maybe I'm a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around, round. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. Well, the walls come When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my old friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghost embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my desire, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, the world might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late.
Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone I need to taste your life again. I need a rendezvous. New revelation just feel my soul. Beginning and ends with you. Distracting my attention, you're all that's on my mind. Not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else, yeah. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. She knows that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, don't it seem funny that I'm in love with you, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, 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 you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, you. Oh, you. All right. Hey, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see, I wanna be, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah, 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 I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're gone black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back.
Hello, wow, look at that. The names are right. It's a 2 with no empty boxes. The ticker's running. Oh my, if we were only on time, it would have been a perfect start.
Oh, right. It would have been like an actual show.
No, we're never on time. And I just got before we even start, I gotta say, is it me? Am I the only one that when Radar's final show on MASH and he leaves the teddy bear on the bed, doesn't it make you want to cry? Because I was almost in tears when I saw that, because I just, I don't know if I'm dating myself or not. I spelled my name wrong.
You know what? I've watched MASH back in the day, and I don't remember that scene, but I remember them having the teddy bear. But yeah, that would be a little bit of a tearjerker, sure.
Yeah, he left his teddy bear. Hawkeye and him never got a chance to say goodbye because the choppers came in with all the injured people when he was leaving. They were having a going away party for him, and it's one of those MASH episodes where you just don't forget to me. And I sit there and Hawkeye steps back, hands bloody and everything, and salutes Radar. Radar salutes back. Commercial. They go in to go get a drink after everything, and they find the teddy bear on Hawkeye's bed. And and that was the end. But anyway, how's it going, everybody? My wife saw me all choked up, and she thought it was freaking crazy. So so it's like it's sad. Anyway, so tonight we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We got the LeXtreme going tonight. We got Picture of the Week going tonight. We got finally the good riddance. This is the Neptune Player One camera. It's going bye-bye tomorrow. So congratulations to Josh. That's going in the mail. What else? We also got Masters of Pixinsight free class we're giving away tonight. So we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We're going to talk about some new guests and everything. I love the beginning of the show, but I know. Everybody's making fun of me now. Come on, you guys are old as I am. You know MASH. Come on. It's like one of those. Anyway.
What? What's what? What?
Heathens. But anyway, no, I did not spell my name wrong. I just don't do that to me, Dave. Come on. Anyway, let's go over to sponsors real quick. Let me get this guy up here. And the sponsors are up. And thank you so much to our sponsors. And again, we can't do anything like giving away all that stuff I was just talking about if we didn't have these sponsors. So thank you to Woodland Hills at our main sequence level sponsor. We'll be giving away another gift certificate to them next month. So keep an eye out for that. And remember, all of these giveaways you can sign up for on our website at www.astroworldweb.com, and you can sign up to all of them. And Eric, guess what we forgot to give away in September?
What did we forget, dude? What did we forget?
The Noise Exterminator and the Star Exterminator free licenses. So we got to do that in October. Maybe I'll do a spin for that while we're together in Chicago. We got to talk about that a little bit later. So thank you to our Red Giant level, Prima Luce, Camera Concepts, and Optolong. Again, tonight is the giveaway for the Optolong LeXtreme. Camera Concepts gives us gift certificates, and Prima Luce gave us that awesome Eagle in July. So thank you to all of them. Super Giant level tonight, we're giving away a Masters of Pixinsight free workshop. Last week we gave away the IP for AP yearly subscription. I know. I'm sorry. I try and go through this fast, and sometimes the pronunciation gets a little slack. But but that being said, IP for AP. Congratulations to Steve, who I saw in the chat, Captain 404. Congratulations to him. Last what was that, Wednesday night we gave away for IP for AP, and he was able to win that. So a year subscription for him. So congratulations. And I was told, believe it or not, Eric, I was told in all seriousness that we should have a member level higher than Quasar.
A member level higher than Quasar.
So that would be a $50 a month subscription base.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was a joke or not. But
yeah, I don't know either, but it would be incredible.
So can you make AstroWorld a group? Yeah, Josh, you said that last week, and yes, absolutely, we can make a solid group for that for AstroWorld on AstroBid. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But be on the lookout for I don't know what we're gonna call it, so let's throw it out to the chat box.
Supernova.
No, I can't use. I promised I wouldn't use Supernova. There's a reason for that, but that's why Supernova isn't on there. But it's got to be something that's original, more or less. That's not used by anybody else. So there are other groups out there that use names. I'll know who they are, but come out with specific names that would be an interesting name for a $50 a month subscription to Patreon. I don't think we'll get anybody, buddy, but we'll just throw it up there anyway.
JWST group.
Maybe, yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out, guys, and we'll look in the chat as the night goes on, and we'll pick out the higher tier. But Black Hole members, again, thank you. Red Giant members, we got a couple of twofers in there, so thank you. And I think I missed one. Oh no, that was the main sequence is a twofer. So main sequence and Hogarth is a 2-4 now. Hogarth's Astrophotography is a twofer.
Okay.
And White Dwarf members, we don't have any anymore because they all upgraded their subscriptions. So
Nice.
we don't have any. So congratulations to all these members. And again, all these donations go to all the perks that you get, you know, and sometimes it goes to like, stuff to make the, sometimes we got to do stuff for the show to make it look better. So thank you so much. And Protostar members, Kieran and Greg, please consider flipping over to our Patreon membership. Anybody who is on, I think we have about 8 people left on the YouTube. Everybody has kind of migrated to the Patreon account. I would like to think because it's of my 2 video specials on there, but I know that's not true. But but that being said, you do get to see them on there, and you can make fun of me all you want. That's what they're there for. So November 9th, Dr. Sass will be here, and he'll be talking about his workflow, his APP workflow. That's going to be a lot of fun to go through that, learn a little bit about APP. Everyone's talking about those videos were epic, they're saying. We got Dyson Sphere member, Cosmic Microwave background member. So some things are coming out. So Dark Matter member.
Yeah, Dark Matter member. The life hosting exoplanet member.
That's funny. We're going to be talking about a little bit about exoplanets tonight in my presentation. But anyway, moving on. November 23rd, I'm calling it now the Thanksgiving trifecta. That's what we're having it, because I got a little slack back, I guess, a little by calling it a menage the other night. So that being said, so we got Dr. Sass will be back on for his 3rd time. Charles Bracken will be on for his 2nd time. We have newcomer Dr. Max Whitby coming on, and let me get off the scroller because it's going go away. And then Dr. Max Whitby, who also wrote a lovely book with Charles Bracken called The Visible Universe, and it's a beautiful book. I bought it myself. It's a hardcover, and the pictures are just awesome. So go check it out. December 7th, the day that will live in infamy, is Jeff Dickerman in his first time from Optech. Will be on to talk about all the awesome products that he has, from the Gemini to the FTX series, bunch of focusers. It's really, really cool stuff. We also got a new person on Astropalooza. So Ernie Jacobs is going to be doing an overview of Cyril. So that's going to be really cool because definitely an up and comer in the astrophotography world, but it'd be good to kind of get an idea of what else is out there. So Ernie's going to be doing that. Oh gosh darn it, Josh, I'm sorry, I spelled his name wrong. I'll fix it tonight. I apologize. I'll fix it. Just you should have texted me, Josh. I did. It's been that way for weeks. I apologize. It's ACH. I apologize. Josh is going to be doing data management for us, along with Sean, Amy, Molly, and Nico. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And then
I'm looking forward to this, man.
Oh, it's getting bigger. It's
a big event.
It's getting bigger. Again, anybody else that wants to come on and make a presentation, please feel free to come on and let us know. And Pete's here, so I can get Pete back in here. And layers, get that out and put Pete in, and we will be. There we go. Now the names are probably gonna be messed up again, but there we go. So Pete is here, and it's gonna be very, very cool. So again, if anybody has any knows anybody that's in the corporate, some big wigs that are in there that have some ins with that wants to be a sponsor for Astropalooza, please have them contact me. And we get them in for door prizes or % off coupons or whatever. So if anybody knows anybody, please help out the show, and we could get some door prizes for the show. That'd be great. But that being said, that is the sponsor list, and we're back. So welcome, Pete.
Are we broadcasting on Facebook as well, or just YouTube?
No, we are on every single thing: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube.
Because I just want to say, to all those Facebook members that are on Facebook, don't forget to share the show. Share the public. Sharing is caring. And if you share the public, hopefully other members of the astro imaging and astronomy world and astronomy community within Facebook will find us from your feeds and from your sharing, and we can grow our community here of what we're trying to do here with giving advice, introducing people to new stuff, critiquing photos, the giveaways, all this other fun stuff that we're doing. So definitely, if you're on Facebook, share the public. If you're on Twitter, share, retweet it, share through Twitter, everywhere else. Put it, if you're on Discord, blast out on Discord. If you've got friends who are in the astronomy community who may not know about AstroWorld, share us out. And you're chatting with them in Discord. Throw them over to the Discord server. Direct them over there and stuff like that. So we can be a service and help them out as well. So it's an awesome community that we're in, and we really enjoy bringing this show to everybody. So we just want to keep growing it, and having fun.
I just gotta say, I think we have an AstroWorld first right now that happened about 2 seconds ago.
What's that?
Peter put something in the chat. I didn't know he knew how to do that.
What?
I didn't even know he had a keyboard. I just saw his name. I saw the big P come up. I was like, "Who's P?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's Peter Myers."
Oh my gosh,
that's funny.
That's funny. That's awesome.
How's it going, man? What's happening, Pete?
Oh, just running a little bit late. I've got another project that's going down to Deep Sky Chile, so I had to get together with and correspond emails on the shipping and the VAT and the duty and everything else. It's a Delta Row with an L500 mount that's going down to Deep Sky Chile. So nice. I apologize for being late, but it seems to me, Dan, you didn't get a chance to do your presentation. So that's the reason why I want to get in here. I want to see that presentation because I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get to that. Absolutely. I think my headset.
Is Scotty doing okay? Anybody heard from Scott?
I have not heard from Scott. I don't know if Eric has either. The last time I heard was the day before the hurricane, and I texted him the morning of with no answer. So I think that he's either has no internet or has no power or both. Because I haven't heard a thing from him either through instant messenger or phone. So
I reached out to Richard Wright, and Richard lives in Orlando, and he said that the only damage that sustained was just a big tree in his front yard just came back down. But he's ready to come back on, Dan, in December. So
really?
They want to just
okay.
Yeah, definitely, he's really interested. So he liked the show and he wants to come back on. So let's get him back on for December timeframe.
Yeah, well, we already got Jeff on the 7th, so
good.
Maybe we could get him on the 14th.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. Hello, Newman.
God, I like it. Every time I see Eric, Eric's got a new shirt. What's that one say, Eric? I do what I want when I want where I want.
Do what I want when I want where I want. Except I gotta ask my wife 1 sec. That's almost as good as there's I don't know if you guys know who this comedian is, but he's a New York comedian. And I'm gonna butcher his name just like I did Josh's last name on the presentation. Vic DiBitetto, something like that. He's from upstate New York. I've seen him live. He's hilarious. Really good guy. How he does a video of him driving down to Florida. It's about 2 minutes long. Just look for it. It's called Going Down to Florida and Vic DiBitetto. So, but are you looking for it now? Or are you playing that other thing? What's the music?
What's the music?
Oh, that's my cell phone. Let me see.
That's your cell phone?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? Big band stuff? What is that?
That's the NHL theme song.
Oh, was it? It didn't even sound like it.
Oh, yes. Who is it?
That's
Eddie Z said his dad's house was fully destroyed. So I'm sorry to hear about that, Eddie.
sorry to hear that.
That wasn't with. Oh wait, your dad's down there. That's right. I'm sorry. Oh shoot. Eddie's in the north. Eddie's in Pittsburgh area.
I gotta grab this one.
Yeah, no problem. But wow, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, there's been a lot of damage going on. It was ranked. It was ranked tied for the 5th largest hurricane since we've been tracking the size of hurricanes, and it's been crazy. Yeah, so yeah, so you know, as far as imaging is concerned, I think me and Eric are in the same spot right now. Whereas you know the clouds are being pushed up the jet stream from Ian, and that next couple days, at least for me.
Hello, Peter. This is Alfonso. It's Friday.
What the hell?
What?
I don't know what that was, but all right, but yeah, the clouds in New York. I mean, for the next couple of, I guess, 4 days till at least Sunday or Monday, it's going to be zero visibility here.
Really?
Yeah.
Because because right now we're still good, and I'm checking Astropheric here, and you see that.
That looks nice for you. I think you're pushing the clouds my way. I think.
Yeah, and I mean it's this way. Oh yeah, I'm this way all the way through Tuesday. So yeah, all the way through Tuesday. So yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
Put Pete on mute for a second.
Yep.
And let's see. So my clouds. All right. So I'll share my screen for you real quick. And this is the thing that I use right now. This is windy.
Yep.
So right now, here's where I am. The clouds are at 81% tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay. Yep. So you're looking nice in Illinois. You're looking real nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're clear.
But as I move forward, is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, still at 80%. Now we're Saturday morning. You know, I mean, and it just goes on and on. Now I'm at 100%, and by Saturday afternoon, I get the eye of the storm. I think right over my house. Watch it, because right over my house, there it goes. I get the most rain, and then finally, I think probably this is Saturday now. Starts to clear up. Let's see. We'll move it on. Sunday, no good. Finally, no good, no good, no good. And then finally, Wednesday. Finally, Wednesday. So it looks like Wednesday, and then it starts to clear, and then the Canadian thing pushes down. I got 1 day of good cloudless area. Then by Thursday night, actually, it pushes back up now. So no, there it is. By Friday, I'm a mess again.
Yeah.
But so I get 1 day, and of course it's a show night, so I'll be running back and forth. So
no, we've been lucky here, you know, in Northwest, towards the state line, and Northern Illinois. No, we've been lucky. I've been able to be out and imaging almost for the past 2 weeks, on and off for a couple of days here or there, been fortunate. So, and it's going in at least until mid next week. I think maybe maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So I am not complaining. Not
Good
complaining.
for you. Yeah, you're like right in the middle of the Canadian front from the north, and the garbage that we have is pushing everything up to the north from you because of the wind stream. It's just from Ian, it's just pushing everything north of you. So
yeah,
once that front turns into a low pressure system, goes out to the ocean, that will alleviate the jet stream by Thursday, and then all of a sudden it'll start drop down to you as well. But where do I click for Patreon? So you can go right to our website at www.astroworld.com, and right on the front page I put a Patreon button on there.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, we had an awful spring. I mean, I'm considering myself really lucky for so far for this start of fall, and able to get some good data. Because springtime, I was hoping to do videos of the FLT 91. I couldn't catch a break, So hopefully now I'll be able to do that, or I'm almost positive I'll be able to do that. I owe a lot of I owe a bunch of videos to my channel.
You're not the only one. I mean, the only thing I have on the AstroWorld channel is the live stream stuff, because I got like 6 or 7 videos that have been recorded that haven't been edited just because I haven't had the time.
Yeah.
You just like the rest of us, I work too for a living. This is not, unfortunately, this is not our full-time job. Although how much we would like it to be so, unfortunately, you got to bring home the bacon a little bit.
We're not that fortunate sometimes to be, some other guys who can actually, do this for a living, So
So that's why we need everybody to support the channel, so we could do this for a living and just give you more content. That's it.
Give you more content. I could be out there all the time. Maybe you can help me move into solar imaging. I could start, imaging.
We'll start a GoFundMe account just for Eric and his solar dream. And we'll do that because believe it or not, I have a GoFundMe account just for the hell of it. It says, "Please help me build my observatory." You know how much I have? You know how much I have in it after a month? 0.
Buckus.
Buckus. Yeah, Buckus.
Yeah, David. Yeah, just say his name.
No, no. There are other people out there that do this for a living, and you know what?
You know what?
And they do an awesome job for the hobby. So let's not even take it away from them.
No, I'm not. I totally respect him, but because he was one of the hugest influencers, for me, beyond, so beyond like Nico, and there've been so many influencers that have gotten me through, to where I am now.
Yeah.
So I have much respect and much love for those guys.
Absolutely. And you know what? Many of us, from the likes of Trevor, Chuck, Sean, Amy, Nico. I mean, I could go on and on. Queeve, Chad. I mean, I can keep on going. I'm Molly, Helena. I mean, just keep it going, because you know what? You don't learn everything from one person. Ray. Yeah, absolutely.
Chuck,
all these YouTubers out there that throw themselves out to the public venue to help other people, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. Adam Block.
Adam, absolutely.
Forgot about it. How do you forget about Adam?
How you can forget about? I can't.
We got to get him back on the show again. He hasn't been on the show in about a year. I got to hit him up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure. And
maybe for
I got to
get
some content out there because I do still get a lot of replies from a lot of the old content that's on my channel because it's still relevant to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I want to get more stuff out there for new people getting started. And if anybody has ideas of things they maybe want to see, on the channels or like to have videos on, let me know. And if I have the equipment to do it, I will. I really want to start doing more ASI Air videos. I want to do more ASI Air videos because I've gotten so used to it, and it's what I use for all of my sequencing, and so yeah. And they keep coming out with new stuff.
Yeah.
Improvements.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Absolutely. And it looks like, hopefully, I mean, Greg upgraded and he's still on YouTube. But Greg, thank you so much for upgrading. I'll get you your t-shirt out. I have plenty. Just tell me your size and I'll get it out to you. So much thanks to you. Awesome.
Carol, thank you. Appreciate it. I've actually got 2 dark nebulae, actually, no, 3 in the can right now that I'm actually working on one right now as we chat because I have a beast of a computer that I can be able to kind of multitask here. So awesome. I'm kind of fortunate there. But yeah, anyway.
Awesome. Yeah, so Greg Large. I got you. I got plenty of larges.
Yeah. I got to get on the I got to get to the shop. Check out the AstroWorld TV shop. Right there on the website, go in the shop. I've got to get, fall is here. It's time. It's a new season. Time for a new hoodie. Even though this one's perfectly fine, it's time for a new hoodie. So I'm going to grab a new hoodie,
Nice. And if you want, I'll show the new store on the website on the screen real quick because and there are other things available on here. And if you just go to AstroWorld, and if you want to support us on Patreon, you could click it right here. Or if you just want to make a one-time contribution, you could donate to us by PayPal. But on the top, you just go to AstroWorld store, right?
Yep.
And you go on in. And there's the web store. We got bags, jackets, hoodies, polos, t-shirts, mouse pads, and other stuff involved. I actually just ordered one of these bags. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but I ordered it anyway, but just because I thought it was cool. So I got a bag.
Okay.
And it's $70, but it's nice. It's a nice big bag. I can't wait to get that. And I got a flag like I showed on, we're going to use that for the star parties and whatever. Maybe I'll bring it to Chicago and we'll get some pictures of us like Rocky and the American flag. We'll drape ourselves in it.
That'd be awesome.
I have new shirts. Somebody requested a shirt, and if I could get in here, somebody requested a shirt that looked like this. And if I could get into the bigger picture, and unfortunately it doesn't get any bigger than that. If I could, let's see.
Yeah, zoom it.
Okay.
There you go.
Somebody wanted Superfan on the bottom, so I made an embroidery that said Superfan. So
that's awesome.
Whoever wants a Superfan, you can get a Superfan shirt. So
Scott's saying, bring the flag to Canada with you too.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I already got my stuff, so it looks like I'm driving up on, well, more importantly, forget about Canada. Chicago's coming up in a week. So, Eric, I don't know what your schedule looks like for Wednesday night.
I'll clear it.
Tell me a good steakhouse in the Chicago area or something, and we'll get some nice dinner.
shoot, Chris Ruth's, Morton's,
anything.
I mean, what are you talking?
Either one's fine. Whatever's
but
good.
you know.
Hold on, Pete. Give me a second. I actually muted you by accident. Now you're back. Sorry.
I was just thinking with the bag, can they make a padded gear bag as an option too? In other words, they can kind of fit with pads so that they could use it as a gear bag, like a scope carry bag or something.
I think that would have to be a little bit. This is more of just like a duffel bag, like a gym bag kind of thing. There are other canvas bags and stuff like that they're able to make, but nothing like a scope carry bag kind of thing. That you get the stickers and put it on an SKB case, So
See, I was just thinking something like the Orion, padded soft, the soft Orion padded bag
with the liner in the middle.
Yeah, I kind of thought something like that, but with the AstroWorld logo like you have on the outside there, that would be kind of cool. I don't know if they could do it, but it's maybe worth just asking.
Yeah, I don't know where they wholesale those cases from. I'm sure it can be done. But I just don't know where they would get it from. Probably somewhere in China. But it is what it is. I'm sure that they can get it. But what do we got going on in the chat? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys take regular SQM readings when you image to correlate SNR to LP? You know what? I want to get, but I haven't yet, to get in a sky quality meter. I want to grab one. Right now, I'm still using my app.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems it's not perfect, but it seems to get me, but it seems to be somewhat, in the ballpark, really in the ballpark of where I want to, of what my skies would look like. And that has helped me when deciding on how I want to approach my imaging. Because right now, I'm trying different gain settings, just so I can maybe decide on shortening or lengthening, my exposure time based off of my sky quality.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm testing that stuff out now personally.
And Pete was just showing the SQM meter that I have as well. I have that one. Unfortunately, mine right now is in Arizona because Tyler's got it. Who is that made by again? I forget who that's made by. Glasses go on.
It's a unihedron.
Unihedron.
Yep.
Yes. So it's unihedron. Sky quality meter goes for about 150. And it works great. And on the bottom, it gives you like a numerical sky quality numerical reading. So it'll say dark would be like 22 and my house is like a 17. So it has full moons on the left, so the numbers go down, and the darker it goes to the right. But it'll give you a digital readout on there as well when you point it out.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna now that we're in somewhat, we're not in new moon, but we're right in between new moon and first quarter. I'm gonna run outside while the presentation goes for a little bit, just so I can run outside and I'm gonna do another reading here. But no, that SQM meter is something that I think is very, very handy. I think it can be very, very handy. So nothing maybe to consider about.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the AA Plus has LDN yet.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Carol, it doesn't, and hopefully they'll expand, because I know they have LBN, but for some reason they have LBN, but they don't have LDN, which I don't get. Huh? So
it's the same person.
It's the same person. It's the same person. Same, and I don't get it. I honestly don't.
So, and if you're like me or sometimes Pete, if you have the eagle, you have the eagle eye, which will take an SQM reading of what you're pointing at. So that's something else that. What did you say?
Nothing. Move on. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't think, if I remember right, so far the SQM reading of the Eagle will not translate into needed to go into the Fitz header yet. I think
That's too bad.
they're still working on the software in there to do that. It's in the plans. I think maybe it'll be good for the 5, but not for the 4.
Yep.
So,
let's see here.
Where can you get an SQM meter for? You could get.
I correct. They do not have LBN. I stand corrected.
They do have.
They do not. They do not have.
They have neither.
They have neither. No.
Okay.
But they have Messier. They have NGC. They have IC, Sharpless, and Caldwell right now.
Got it.
They have quite a few comments listed, and over 935 comments. They've got over 200 and some named stars, double stars. So yeah, but the one cool thing is that you can add your favorites. Yep. You can actually add your if you know the coordinates of that dark nebulae, you can actually plug in those coordinates, that right ascension and declination, and name it in here. And I have that for quite a few of my targets that I've been working on.
Yeah, so basically you just put in the RA and deck of the center of the target and just save it as a favorite and name it.
And save it as a favorite and name it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could do that. And somebody threw it out there that said Nina does not have a SH2 catalog, and that's not entirely correct. It has part of the Sharpless catalog in there, but from what I've noticed, it's incomplete. Some of the SH catalog is in there, as you could do SH2 and things will pop up. It'll do the catalog, but it's missing some things. So if you're trying to do, for example, what was I trying to do the other night? I forget. I think it was it was the bat. It was a bat. What was it? It was I didn't put it down. It was a flying bat. That's an SH2, and I couldn't find it in there, and it wasn't there. So but if you put in certain Sharpless, like SH2112 is in there. So just type SH. Yeah, I know, Al. Some of the things in there that they're missing are some of the most interesting ones. I don't know. I don't know why they don't have it in there. The only thing I could say is it's probably a work in progress while they're still entering ones in there, or your object may be considered in another catalog and they just didn't put it in. So think about that as well. Maybe it's in there as a NGC or an IC or something else that's random that's in another catalog.
Because they don't
got another member, Bloodstone. Thank you. Protostar member.
Welcome. But the catalogs, they are quite, even Telescopius, and I love Telescopius for planning. They don't have everything, even though, they have a lot of catalogs listed in their choices. They don't have everything, of course. And you don't have a lot of LDN. You don't have a lot of Bernard. You don't have like the 300 plus Bernard.
Right.
So like dark nebulae. You certainly don't have all the LDNs around, or LBNs for that fact. So they're quite limited in what some of these sites, they are quite limited in what they can do. But I know that also Telescopius, they keep adding on stuff. So it's going to eventually, they're going to get around to it. So.
Why is this downloading? I'm trying to get my PowerPoint up real quick. What is wrong with my? Well, of course, tonight that I'm looking at, the PowerPoints are acting up. So, Eric, consider for YouTube a video on how to use telescopius and transfer to AAP.
Okay, definitely. I have put when I was working on with my Rasa last spring or last year, I did one, highlighting telescopius and using it. But definitely, I can do that on how you can transfer to the ASIR. I can throw that in there for sure. Thanks, Carol. That's a great suggestion. One thing that you can't, and I know this is just because you're, with mono cameras, it's kind of a bummer that you can't do live stacking with a mono cam. So yeah. I have, especially now that I've switched over to mono pretty much. So that's kind of a bummer.
The mono cam, look at.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's getting an eagle. Look at.
Time, just a matter of time.
It's baby steps. Baby steps.
That's right.
Like Bill Murray. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps up the elevator. No.
Yeah. I was actually, to be honest, I've been bouncing back and forth on thinking about getting, because Dennis Ness, he's a member of I don't know if he's
Dennis
online
Hess.
on Dennis Hess.
Yep.
Sorry, Hess. Sorry. He and I chat every once in a while over Facebook and Messenger, and he's been working on Nina, getting his system set up using Nina, and he's using a mini computer.
Sure.
So the one thing that I've been thinking about is maybe I should look at least into that right now, because a lot of the mini computers, they're not that bad of price.
No.
And you can get them for like a decent one for like sub 500, around 400, under 400, or around that range. And they have like up to 16 gig of memory, or up to 32, I believe, and plenty of speed to do PhD, Nina, and SharpCap, if you want to put it on there, and a lot of other acquisition software. So,
yeah,
something to really think about.
It depends on how big of a form factor you want to go with that. Yeah. You could go as small as just like an Intel NUC. You could go pretty small with that. Or you could sit there and get a little bit bigger for about the size of like maybe, I don't know, 2 credit cards, maybe 3 credit cards. And for like $700, let's say, you could have something with like 6 USB ports, internet, the Ethernet port, built-in SSD or M2 drives. And the one that I've been using for some other stuff is the Minis Forum guys. And those have been very, very good. And they're 12 volt, which is even better.
Okay. It's nice.
So they're 12 volt. So all you do is sit there, and all you need is your regular 2.1 in, and you're good to go. So that's the reason why I went with the Minis Forum, because it was kind of big, but it gave me all the ports where I didn't have to worry about, geez, now I need a USB hub. Is it powered? Do I need power for the hub? I didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about supplying this with like a, God forbid, I needed an 18 volt power supply or something like that. It was really, really good. And they rate anywhere from like, you get a smaller one with less RAM for like $499. They're pretty decent. No, you don't need it. You don't need a lot of you don't need any processing power at all. You just need acquisition. That's it. Run your if you want to run Pixinsight live stacking on Nina, well, you'll need a little bit more. Or if you want to run something like Dave's talking about, something that you need to kind of capture a high frame rate, you're going to need more RAM and more processing power to grab it. You don't want so many dropped frames because you don't have the RAM to keep up. So that's an option. Corin said, let's see. If I have a mini computer on my telescope, bring remote access into it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Even VNC, Team Viewer, what have you. You know, and whatever you want to use, whatever remote desktop, and yeah. I mean,
yeah, you could even use Microsoft. Use Microsoft.
Yeah, use remote. Yeah, use remote desktop. But like I said, you can use VNC. VNC works.
VNC works great. Yeah,
VNC works really, really well. So absolutely, you can set that up with whatever everything you need, and get some some NVM storage. Just have at it.
I'm just writing to Dave that if you use Chrome Remote Desktop, please just do yourself a favor. Just change the listening port for it, just to be safe.
Yeah,
everybody knows 3389. so just change that to 4389, and you're fine. But
that's what I use for VNC, because I use VNC, and I definitely have changed my listening ports.
Yeah, you got to change it, because you never know who's out there. You never know who's out there.
Yep.
People could just there are evil people in the world, and they're just people that are looking to make your life hell. And whether that be hacking into your phone and stealing your drone, which I've seen happen, or going into your computer while you leave the 3389 backdoor open, and all of a sudden you got a nice little Trojan virus that just tanks everything. And just do yourself a favor, change it to a secret number, put a colon after the thing, put the right port number on there, and then you're good to go. But anyway, so it's just about 9 o'clock. Eric, do you have a presentation set or no?
No.
Tonight? No. Okay, so it's just me. All right, cool. All right, so let me get this thing powered up so we can kind of do this. So the reason why I was interested in doing this, believe it or not, is because of when Eric was doing his presentation. I believe it was last Friday. He mentioned about Lynn's catalog, I believe, if I remember right. And
Lynn.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh my God, a woman in astronomy! Holy cow! That's so unheard of." And that's not true. It's not true at all. There is a ton of women in astronomy, and I thought it would be nice to highlight a few of them. I'm sure I'm going to miss some of people's favorites, I know, but I wanted to do a little bit of some you might not have heard of and some you know of. So that being said, let me see if I could share my screen real quick. And let me start. Yeah. And then and so tonight, what we're going to be doing is just talking about some of the women in astronomy, and seeing what kind of impact that they've had through the course of history, because it has been through the course of history as far back as I can find out in the early phases of Christianity, to be honest with you. And I thought we should give a shout out to some of the women in astronomy. So tonight we'll be highlighting, like I said, 6 of them. We got Hypatia, Mary Somerville over here, Caroline Herschel, Henrietta Leavitt, Andrea Ghez, and Sarah Seeger. So those are the ones that I'm going to be going over tonight. And again, if I decided to go over more of them, it would really be a long presentation, because it'd be kind of crazy. So let me turn my thing on. Hold on a second. And there we go. All right. So one of the first people that I came across in my little kind of I guess, investigation of some of the women that have been involved in astronomy and physics was Hypatia. Now, Hypatia lived in Egypt, and she was born. We're not really sure when she was born. She was born somewhere between 350 and 370 AD. However, she died unseemingly in 415 AD, and we'll get that. We'll take an idea of how she died in a minute. Um, but she lived in Alexandria. She taught philosophy and astronomy. She's one of the first female mathematicians in the history books, written down and really given credit to being a mathematician. Um, I don't know how many people know about the Almagest, but Ptolemy's book, the Almagest, um, was a second century Greek book, um, based on mathematical and astronomical treatises on the apparent motions of stars and planets. So it was written about 200 years before Hypatia, actually almost 300 years before Hypatia died, and it's one of the most influential scientific texts. Um, it actually started the whole theory of a geocentric solar system, which placed the Earth at the center of the solar system, which obviously we know is wrong, but it was accepted for more than 1,200 years from its conception up to the year of Copernicus. So it was the Earth being in the center, being the center of the universe was around for a long, long time, and she was edited. She actually is given credit for the editing of book three of Ptolemy's Almagest, and she is considered in some circles to have done everything up to book 10. So that hasn't been proven yet and probably will never be, but that's at least in some circles what they say. Um, so what she did was she improved some of the long division algorithms needed for astronomical computation, because there was a situation in Ptolemy's book where he discovered that there was a possible mathematical error because of the way the sun and the earth kind of, because the earth was in the center at this time, the sun was not rotating in the way that it was kind of thought to do. So he noticed that there was an error. He couldn't figure out the error, but Hypatia was able to kind of figure things out a little bit to make sure that kind of the long division calculations were right. Sooner or later, it came down to the fact where Copernicus came along and discovered that the reason for the error is that Earth was not in the center and the sun was. But Hypatia, the tabular method in the the Almagest, has been thought the astronomical table was thought that is been attributed to Hypatia by most of history. So without that beginning of thought, we couldn't have gotten to the place where the sun was the center and the earth was not. So it was kind of interesting to read about that. The next person that I'd like to highlight is Mary Somerville. Now, Mary Somerville was Scottish. She lived in Scotland. She's one of the first women to be elected as an honorary member of the Royal Astronomical Society in 1835 with Caroline Herschel as well, same time. You have to be elected to become a member of the Astronomical Society, and they were both elected in the same year, which is pretty interesting. She's actually the first person to be said to be a scientist. The word scientist was never discovered until the review of one of her books. It's called On the Connection of the Physical Sciences, which was written, I believe, in 1834, if I remember right. And a review of that book actually coined the word scientist, which was reviewed by a gentleman by the name of William Whewell, if I remember right. Whewell. But he wrote the review and made the word scientist, and she was the first person that was coined as a scientist. Now, before then, women weren't really recognized as being involved in science at all. And they were kind of pushed to the side. And what people that were involved in science were called, they were called men of science. And that's what they were called prior to 1834. Um, I like to, I don't know, for those of you that are um, uh, supernatural fans out there, I wonder if that's how they got Men of Letters. I don't know. Maybe it was that was kind of odd because the Men of Letters came out in the early 1900s, but Men of Science, Men of Letters. I don't know. That's just me. But like I said, she was the author of Connect on the Connection of the Physical Sciences in 1835, and it was widely regarded as one of the most popular books in history as opposed to science. Um, it contained some diagrams, mathematics. It describes astronomy, physics, chemistry. I've never read it, but it seems kind of interesting. I kind of want to get it just to see what it says. But it was the most sought after book regarding science for almost 30 years until a book came out in 1859, which many of you may have heard of. It was called On the Origin of Species, and that was by Charles Darwin, the survival of the fittest, all that kind of stuff. However, in this book in 1835, on the connection of the physical sciences, in the sixth edition in 1842, she was one of the many scientists who were discussing the possibility of a large object perturbing the orbit of Uranus. So everybody was thinking there was something out there, but nobody could figure out what it was yet. And however, 4 years later, the prediction was fulfilled of this with the discovery of Neptune by Johann Gottfried Gall and Henrik Louis de Rest, who was working on some calculations done by Urbain Le Verrier. And so Neptune was discovered, and the idea of the issue of the orbit of Uranus was solved. Then you have Caroline Herschel. She also was an honorary member, like I said before. She's not. I'm sorry. She was an honorary member of the Irish Academy. Believe it or not, she was an accomplished singer. She was a first soloist. Not sure what level of she was singing, but she was a first soloist. She did Handel's Messiah for a couple of people in England. So it was kind of interesting there. She's a brother of William Herschel, who is a observer in his own right. In 1797, William's observations there was a catalog coming out by John Flamsteed, and he came out with a catalog, and we still use some of it to this day, the Flamsteed catalog. However, William found a lot of discrepancies based on motions and speed and variability. And what he did was he kind of poked holes at this catalog for many years. And while he was looking at the stars and making these observations, he would yell them down from the telescope to his wife, and his wife would be the one making the notations. It took 20 months that he did this, and it resulted in the catalog of stars. That's what it was called back then. It was published in 1798 by Caroline Herschel, but was, because of the time, was put in under her brother's name, William. And after a couple of years, in 1802, Caroline's catalog was published in the Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society under William's name. And this was eventually known as the New General Catalog. So it was kind of interesting that that she was part of her and William and John Herschel later on, her nephew. Many of you may know the Herschel 400 list. If for you observers out there, that was John Herschel, her nephew. So he also made some changes to the NGC, and then the NGC, I forget who was written. It was updated in the 1870s later on by another astronomer, but the foundation of it was written by Caroline, William, and John Herschel. So it was kind of but she was also the first woman to receive a salary as a scientist, and her salary was 50 pounds a year. And she was also the first woman to be awarded the gold medal of the Royal Astronomical Society. Now we get to Henrietta Leavitt, 1868 to 1921, lived in the U.S., measured and cataloged stars by brightness by using photographic plates. And I know we spoke about this on Wednesday. I know Pete brought it up multiple occasions about using glass plates and trying to see how bright stars are. And you would find out how much brighter the star is because of the size of the hole in the plate. She was a graduate of Radcliffe College. She then worked at Harvard College Observatory as what they called a computer. Before computers were even around, she was called a computer. And what that meant was she was tasked with examining the photographic plates in order to measure the brightness, like we said. This work led her to discover the relationship between luminosity and period of Cepheid variables. Now, what a variable star is something that changes in brightness, which is something that she realized. And then that top right picture, as you can see, the on the what you call it, the luminosity is on the bottom, and the period is on the top. So as the period gets higher, so does the luminosity. So that was one of the things that she was able to come around with. She was a member of the American Association of University of Women, American Astronomical Astrophysical Society, American Association of the Advancement of Science. She's an honorary member of the AAVSO, and she's just a well-decorated person to know. And if you're into variable star observing, she is somebody that you definitely want to get to know. Now coming up to a little bit modern times, we got Andrea Ghez. Andrea Ghez also lives in the United States. She's a professor of physics and astronomy. She's the head of UCLA's Galactic Center Group. She's a leading expert in observational astrophysics. And what she did was she took a lot of time and effort and using massive resolved cameras to take a look at the galaxy center. You remember Sagitta A? Remember that? She was one of the ones that was looking at it, trying to find about that black hole. So she was the one that led to the best evidence to date of the existence of supermassive black holes. And because of that, she won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 2020, and she was only the fourth woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physics forever. So very, very interesting. And Sarah Seeger. Sarah Seeger, just I believe, and Peter, wasn't she at AIC this year?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so. I thought she was at AIC this year, but Sarah was born in Toronto. She now lives in the United States with her husband and two children. During high school, she was amazed. I mean, I was doing some research on her bio. She was amazed to actually learn in high school that she could be an astrophysicist for a living. However, her dad didn't think that was a I guess, an opportunity for anybody to do. There was no money in it, whatever. But he didn't believe in that. So he thought the best career for anybody was to be a doctor or a lawyer. And thank God for her that she didn't really listen to him and became what she became. Because she then became, she got a PhD of astronomy at Harvard in 1999. She is now the professor of physics and a professor of planetary science and a professor of aeronautics and astronautics at MIT. This woman's resume is incredible. If you just go to Sarah Siga and look at it, it's unbelievable what this woman has done. She is the leading expert right now at this point in atmospheric detection in exoplanets. And we'll talk about TESS in a second, but she's a deputy science director of TESS. And we'll talk about that in a second. That's actually the transiting exoplanet survey satellite. We'll talk about that in a little bit. She is the lead primary investigator of the Starshade Rendezvous mission. We'll talk about that as well. And she's part of the team that co-discovered the first light detection of light emitted from an exoplanet and the first spectrum of an exoplanet. And she's the author of several books, including The Smallest Lights in the Universe, which just came out this year. It's a memoir from her. So let's talk about TESS for a little bit. And we'll go to here. And what TESS did. And TESS is called the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite. And basically, it's an all-sky survey mission. It's in a geocentric orbit around the Earth, and it sits there and looks for exoplanets. It was launched almost 4 years, a little over 4 years ago, in April 2018. And as of 8/26/22, it has discovered 234 exoplanets and another possible 3,800 exoplanets that are still awaiting confirmation. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is how it finds these exoplanets. And basically what it does is, as the exoplanet traverses around its orbit, its star that it's orbiting, because it goes in front, it makes the luminosity, the apparent magnitude of that star dip. And as it dips, well, then you could do a couple things. You could find out, number one, because of the period of it going across the diameter of the star, you could know how big the exoplanet is. And you can find out, because of the luminosity of the star it's orbiting, that something's going in front of it to make it dimmer. So that goes to the exoplanet theory. Then we got the Starshade Rendezvous mission, which I don't have a picture of right now. But the actually, I could get it here. Hold on. Starshade Rendezvous. So here's the Starshade Rendezvous probe right here. And what the Starshade Rendezvous probe mission is, it's going to be the first based high contrast imaging mission with the potential to detect and characterize planets in the habitable zone around sun-like stars, while at the same time exploring planetary systems around our nearest neighbors. So it's going to take it to the next level regarding the star shade, so it blocks kind of the corona of the star a little bit. It's going to take it up to the next level. And here's another image right here, which may be a little bit better. So see, it blocks the star, and then you're able to see outside. Basically, if you've seen the SOHO for solar observing, where it blocks the center so you can see the coronal mass ejections a little bit better, it's kind of like the same thing, but it's going to be out in space. So I believe that is the last one.
That's amazing.
And thank you everybody for listening. Thank you so much. I did a lot of research on it, but it was very enjoyable to learn about these 6 women in astrophysics, astrophotography, physics, and even the ancient Greek. And just so you know, I didn't even go over Hypatia right here. She was a pagan, right? And but she was also right in the right in her era, about 400 is almost the height of the Roman Empire, almost right at the fall. And she was very sympathetic to Christians, which is just coming into as a religion in its own right. And she was kind of drawing the line between the pagans and the Christians. Well, rumors happen and rumors went around. So somehow a rumor got around that she was leaning towards the pagans. So the Christians came around and pretty much assassinated her because she was not on their side. So it was kind of interesting on how she died. It had nothing to do with astronomy, but it was kind of interesting to know that how rumors got around and she just happened to pass away. She could have lived a lot longer and maybe made a lot more of other achievements in astronomy, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But that being said,
So Dan,
yeah.
Dan, the $1 million question: do you think Sarah is a Toronto Maple Leaf fan?
Wow.
God,
I had to ask.
You know what? We're gonna. You know what? I'm gonna talk to Tom Bramwell because Tom knows Sarah. He knows of her. He's met her a couple times. I'm gonna ask her to come on the show for you for 2 minutes, just to answer that question. That's it.
I wonder where in Toronto she was born, because we'll definitely talk Toronto. That's for sure. That's funny.
That's interesting. And if she comes on the show with a Toronto hat, I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll have to pass that on to Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to Tom tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah, good presentation, Dan. Really good presentation.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you so much. Really cool. Check out Dr. Becky on YouTube. She's brilliant. Maybe that's for the next group. Maybe. No problem, Corin. Again, I like doing all this stuff. I like the history of it and that kind of stuff. If you take a look at some of my videos, like especially the one I did of the Apo and the Acro, the difference between the two, and the invention of how the crown and the flint glass was, and it's actually pretty funny. Do you guys know that story?
Yeah,
about
amazing story.
What's that?
Go ahead, tell a story, Dan. It's a good story.
It's a good story, and I'll make it short. If you want to know the whole story, I'm going to screw up the names of the people, so I'm not even going to try and say the names of the people. So just say person A, B, and C. We'll do that.
Okay.
So a guy was in the business of making glass, and he was in there, and he was able to figure out, hey, well, you know what? If I put this piece of glass, which is almost flat, and this piece of glass, which is curved, which is the crown and the flint pieces of glass, if I put it together, I can make a doublet and get less chromatic aberration out of it and have a better imaging telescope. So this is what he did. This is funny. He subcontracted out the crown to one glass maker and subcontracted the flint piece to another glass maker. All right.
Okay.
Just because he didn't want anybody to figure out that if I put these two together, he didn't want the invention stolen. So he said, let me do that. So I believe the guy's name is Bass, if I remember right. This guy Bass was roaming around and just knew these two glass makers. And he's like, well, I got an order from this guy for the flint, and the other guy's like, I got the order from this guy for the crown. And so Bass is thinking, well, why is he doing this? So what did he do? He put it together himself and figured it out and made the first achromat.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting. If you want to know the whole story, I go into depth a little bit on my Apo and Acro video, and the names are right, but that's the basic of the story.
Oh,
it was the first thing that I've ever recognized. I want to call it corporate espionage. That's what I think it was. I think it was the first evidence of corporate espionage. I can find them.
Wow. That's
at least in astronomy, but
right.
I hope everybody enjoyed the presentation. I know sometimes I talk a little bit fast, but that's the New York in me. So that's what I do.
No, it was great, man. It's great. Well done. Really well done.
Thank you.
So also, today, Fridays are Q&A for new people, for new astro imagers, people who are just getting into the hobby or may just have questions, that have questions and are struggling, with a couple of things. So definitely, if you are new to the channel or new to the hobby, if you have questions, throw them out here, and we'll be more than happy to look at those in the chat. And for people, for our other members who are more experienced, if you've got questions or you have comments, throw them out there too. Let's have a good open forum and conversation. So
I just thought Dylan said, I bet I talk faster. I told him we should do a short. Who talks faster? Dylan, whenever you want to do it, man, bring it on. I gotta send you my phone number. We talk so much on Twitter, me and him. So but it was a lot of fun doing it. I like doing that kind of stuff. It's not totally AP, but it's all about, without any of these people being involved in it, we wouldn't have what we have today. So I think it's important to do some homage to people like that. So
yep, absolutely. Absolutely, Dan.
So thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. But again, and if any of you think of anything that you would like to see on the Q&A as a presentation by one of us, feel free to let us know what you want to see. Yep. Let us know. And they're making fun of you. They're making fun of you, Eric. They think you're processing.
I am processing.
I know you are. They hear the mouse clicks in the background. They're like, Eric's processing. So we got to do a couple of things. What do you want to do first? We got to do the LeXtreme. We got to do Masters of Pixinsight. We got to do Picture of the Week.
Let's do Picture of the Week first, Dan.
Sure.
We'll keep the 6 to 18 members on hold here until the very end before we do the drawing.
Yeah, unfortunately, my auto poster is not working as well as it should be. I couldn't auto post it tonight. So we have a little bit less viewers than normal. But please, like Eric said at the beginning of the show, please share the show. We don't expect everybody to be on for the full 2 hours of the show. But, really, we just want to get more people to join and subscribe and like and jump on when you can. And, it'd be really, really cool if we get, it's tough to build a live show following. It's not easy. It's easier to do pointed videos and get the followers. But to do a live show and get the followers, just ask the Astro Imaging channel or anybody else that does it. Astro Imaging channel has been doing it for 7 years, 8 years, or more. And just share the show if you like it. If you want to be a Patreon subscriber, again, be a Patreon subscriber. Don't forget also all of our guests that come on, and we got and all our giveaways. So we are not saying what the live and process stack is until Astropalooza. So you gotta vote. We only got 5 votes in there for the poll. So you gotta vote. Vote. And Al, stop giving them hints. Let them figure it out. Stop giving them hints on Discord. Stop it. I love you, man, but stop giving him hints. So somebody was listening to me before, and somebody knows Vic DiPotato. Somebody knows that because they said you're gonna make me wait. Just look for Vic DiPotato on How Long I Gotta Wait. And you'll know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's a lot of fun. So all right, so let's do the picture of the week. Let me get the picture of the week up, and we'll do the show of it. Let's see, AstroWorld live site. Let me get it on here and quick play. Here we go. So we're at the website. Don't forget our website, www.astroworldweb.com. You can meet the team. You can see what the team is like. Meet the AstroWorld team. All the pictures of our people, some bios here. You know, you can learn about us. I haven't put any much things on the blog, but I'm looking to build a. But we haven't put anything since June 29th, so that's pretty old. But there's some stuff about calibration frames. There's some stuff about the L Pro in there. So there's some stuff in there. And then, of course, you got the AstroWorld store. We spoke about that earlier. And don't forget to go to contact us. And if you're interested, it should be coming up not tomorrow, maybe Monday. Our newsletter will be out. So for our October newsletter. So in that newsletter, you get the pics for our astrophotography picks of the month for beginner, intermediate, and advanced shots. So that should all be out coming soon. But picture of the week is what we want.
Yep.
So again, we're gonna go to picture of the week, and here's the poll. The poll with now 5 votes still. So 5 votes. So you're gonna figure out which one is the live stack and which one is APP stack. Take a look at it, and if you want the TIFF, you can just click the pic or the sign, and it'll put you right to the TIFF, and you can download them and look at them. So you can really pixel people. Take a look.
Yep.
But our picture of the week,
you know what? Let's get to the picture of the week, then I'll ask my question.
Okay. Picture of the week. We have looks like almost a half moon by Andrus.
Very nice, though. Very
nice. Really good detail. Really nice.
Yeah.
Then we have SH126, and this is I am not sure. I'd have to look it up. It's probably in the metadata on Drive. Another nice data here. Yeah. Another moonshot by Captain 404, first quarter.
Really, really good.
Yeah. And then we got our buddy PG. PG is becoming a winner of late. This is he didn't give an exact number of the galaxy, but this is again with the RASA, 35 hours with Pixinsight and Photoshop. Got some nice galaxies here.
That's some really, really nice galaxies.
Yep. Pretty cool. And then we got M11 by Josh. And this is 565, was that 2.5 minute shots?
Yeah.
Of 23 hours about.
Wow.
Total integration of 31 hours.
Wow. That's some time.
Yep.
You putting some time in that one.
Yep. All right. We have 35 votes here.
Okay.
And if we just go to the live site and log in, and where is it? YLP poll. And image of the week ends, ready? Drum roll, 35 votes. Here we go. And for the fourth time this month out of 5, PG wins again.
Wow.
Jeez.
So
That's, it was awesome though.
it was awesome. And again, these are all votes by the peers.
I love the first quarter moonshots. Those are great, and Josh's M11. You know, I love the wide field and the time he put into it. But there's just, I don't know. I can't really describe it. It's just, this is really something.
Yep. The only thing and I'm going to be the Simon Cowell again about this one. To me, I think we oversaturated the galaxy a little bit here, but that's just me a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a bit, but still, I mean, and even the further distant galaxies surrounding it, really, really great.
No, it is good, and the noise reduction is really good. The star color is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a lot of issues with noise reduction as far as, sometimes when you do that, you squash the stars and everything, but it's a great picture. It really is.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So congratulations to PG. So PG. So we got, so what we have is for picture of the month, and let me get back to the 3 up here. And I can never find it.
Now, just to let you know, PG, you only get one photo
of the month
in the calendar.
Yeah. So that being said, but
still keep sending your photos.
Just so you know, you could only get, just like Eric said, one picture of the month. You could have many pictures of the week. However, if you win picture of the month, you will not be eligible for picture of the month again. You'll be disqualified for future months. What's that?
Until next year.
Until next year. Yeah, until next year. However, we do have a special prize. Oh, I got the bug. There you go. We do have a special prize for the person that has the most pictures of the week, because we don't want to let that be put aside. So there'll be a honorable mention for those 1 or 2 people that have the most. So that being said, congratulations, PG. It's going to be it's going to be PG versus Greg Meyer for picture of the month. So you're a 4-1 underdog, Mark. So get your peeps and start voting, everybody. So I'm sorry, Greg, I'm sorry, but
Isn't that going to be like the New England Patriots playing the New York Giants, and the Giants won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's going to be the catch, the helmet catch.
Yeah, I mean, they were 17-0, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know what's going to happen? I guarantee you, the viewer membership is going to say, "We want Craig to get in there," so they're all going to vote for Craig.
So, Dave, we already had that. As far as picture of the month is concerned, if there is a tie for picture of the month, we had this back in May, I think. We had a tie. Both pictures will be in the calendar. It'll just be a split panel.
Yeah.
I think that's just fair.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's fair.
God, think about it, right? We only got October, November, December, 3 more months.
I'm already putting together the calendar, just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there in December and figure out how to format 12 pictures or for 13 pictures.
Yeah.
And the picture of you, don't forget, we're coming up to it. What? 3 months. Picture of the year voting starts January 1.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I was just thinking, Dan? This might be an idea if we could do it. maybe with picture of the year, what we do then is we actually put that on a metal print. We actually send it to the person. We do something like maybe a 17 by 25 or something like that.
I'm good with that. We can make a little trophy thing.
Yeah, that would be something, because I mean, that really would be something special. For picture of the year, the person that gets it, we'll present him a nice metal print. I think that's a good. That's good. I think that's a good idea.
I think that'd be a good idea, Pete. I like that idea.
Yeah, I know.
I like it.
I don't. Yeah, I was going to say you probably got some good sources back east, Dan. But if you need a source, I use Bay Area, Bay Photo out here in
Yeah, I
San
use Bay
Francisco.
Photo as well, even if it's all my pictures are Bay Photo.
Yeah, they're doing such a great job. So I think we're all in agreement. But I think that's a good idea. I think if we're all in agreement, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
So Dave, picture. Nope. Sorry, read it wrong. My bad. Already answered that.
Yeah, you did.
But we also had the same thing with picture of the week as well when there was a tie, and both of those pictures of the week were nominated for picture of the month. So there's no, if it's a tie either way, they both win. So
yeah.
But I think that's a great idea. Yeah, we can do. We got enough money in the kitty to do that.
Yeah.
That is not going to be a problem. And if anybody wants to donate a little bit more to the kitty, please pay for the shipping and stuff. That actually the shipping and stuff I'm making everybody pay for now. So I'm just not. But everybody, nobody's complained about the $10 bill for shipping. So especially when they're getting a $350 camera. So
yeah.
Oh.
Hey. I did take my first set of flats with the Giotto.
Okay.
And
how'd it come out?
Pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't blink correctly, so it came out overcorrected. But I'm gonna do it again today when we get offline to get it. But everything came out great. The flat panel worked great. Not an issue with ASCOM. Everything was great with it. I was able to hook up with the Wi-Fi. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, so worked good.
Good,
not bad. Again, it's a flat panel, but I got it just so it fits the dew cap almost perfectly because they make multiple different sizes. So.
Yeah.
Heartbeat Studios is good. Yep, I've used them once.
That's probably going to be a goal for me at some point. And it's so hard for me sometimes to select photos of my own. I did select a few photos as presents, and I ordered them from Bay Photo because I have somewhat of a large family. I have seven sisters, and I actually took a photo of the Pleiades and gave it to all of my sisters. Gave a copy to all my sisters with a little.
What object was that?
The Pleiades.
What object was that?
M45. How about that?
He's busting your chops there.
Okay. How about this one? Subaru.
Subaru. Nah, I just busted your chops, Eric. It's all out of love, man.
And I gave a copy with a little bit of mythology behind, the story of the mythology behind.
That's cool.
And it was really cool. My sisters all really appreciated that. So, and those are the only few that I've ever actually printed out for myself.
Yeah.
I didn't even really keep them for myself. I gave them to others.
Yeah. The only thing I printed out for myself was the heart that I spent 30 hours and 6 months on for my wife. That's the only thing I've ever printed out. But I'm starting to get more data. I want to do my NGC 7000, my Pelican. I want to get those printed out because that'd be kind of cool things to print out. But boing.
Yeah, APP done. And you know what? The computer didn't break a sweat. Well, even through doing live video and everything. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, listen, the amount of the way that computer's hooked up, it better not break a sweat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I
You,
mean,
you and I definitely did it right with the computer thing. I mean,
yeah. So no, it's yeah. I was like, yay, it's done. It's not that bad.
although I am very, what was that?
And it didn't take long either.
No, although I am very close to almost pulling the trigger on a new video card, because even though I got a nice 2060 in there, but it's only 6 gig in there.
You don't really need it though, do you?
But I want more.
Well, for Pixinsight, doesn't Pixinsight utilize something with the NVIDIA card?
Yeah, the GPU. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay.
I don't know. I mean, I got the 2060. It's a little old, but it works.
Oh.
A little old.
Yeah.
It's still going to cost me $1,000, and I just spent 5,000 on an oil tank. So.
Hey, we got to keep warm. You got to keep warm, and you got to keep the oil out of
out of the grass.
Out of the grass, exactly.
And what else we got? So you want to spin the wow, my mic's really hot again. You want to spin the wheel for the Masters of Pixinsight class?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And I updated all the names today.
Yeah, Bloodstone. Yeah, CUDA. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a CUDA. Yeah, the CUDA software and TensorShare, all that kind of stuff runs through the GPU. So, but again, that's only with NVIDIA cards.
Right.
But,
so 95 entries, is that what
95. 95. It was 90. No, it was 87 last week. So we got 8 new people in here.
All right.
All right. So this is for a new, a free Masters of Pixinsight class, and the next one is going to be right here. Our next workshop is Tuesday, October 11th. It's Next Step for Newbies. And it will go again. They're going over their newbies schedule again. And if you just go to the workshops page, and it'll tell you what the newbie series is all about. And Next Steps for Newbies is the third one. So it's a continuation of the newbies workshops. How to use some of the basic workflow for one-shot color and monochrome cameras. Normally $35. You get it for free if you win. However, if you want to purchase all of the newbies one, you can purchase the 6-part for a low price of $175 US. Normally it's about $210. But you get one free when you purchase them in a bat. So that being said, we go back to the wheel and we'll spin for the next Masters of Pixinsight. Remember, it's the 11th. And the winner is Andy Lee.
Congratulations.
Congrats to Andy Lee. And you will be getting an email from myself and Peter Proul on how to redeem your voucher for the Pixinsight workshop. So, and if you don't want to go to this one, you want to use any of the other ones. If you don't want a newbie one, you want an intermediate one, you can buy that as well. So feel free to talk to Pete, and we'll work that out for you. So congratulations to Andy Lee.
Yeah. Yep. Congratulations.
Absolutely. A lot of fun. I love spinning that wheel.
For sure, man. For sure. All right. I'm looking here in the chat to see
No
anybody
questions.
else. Yeah, yeah.
No, everybody's just waiting for the LeXtreme. That's what they're waiting for.
Yep, they're waiting for the LeXtreme. Then they're gonna,
And then we'll go down to 6 viewers. So.
Yeah, we'll keep them hanging
and
on.
2 of them will be us because we're watching the chat.
Wayne, don't even talk about AMD. Please don't talk about AMD. Man, I should have sold at $150 a share. I should have sold. I mean, I'm so mad. I don't even have my phone right now. And now I'm invested. So I got to hold on to it. Because I know it's going to rebound. It's the whole market. Now AMD is down to $63.
Oh, that's time to buy.
That's why I'm keeping it, because now I'm in the hole for 1,000. So 2,000 actually.
Yep. Now's the time for me. Yeah, let me
$63 a share, man.
I need to maybe get a hold of Fidelity next week.
Yeah. Do it. That's what I got. Actually, I got TD Ameritrade. I got the thing. It's called the Think or Swim Act.
Ah, okay.
And I guess I'm not thinking, I'm not swimming, so I assume I'm drowning. So, yeah, I know it'll go up. I'm gonna hold on to it. I bought a couple more shares at $63, so I'll keep on buying.
Yep.
I got a couple other ones. What else am I buying? I bought some really stupid stocks, but I bought Norwegian Cruise Lines and Carnival Cruise Lines.
They were cheap.
They are
cheap.
They are super cheap. $11 and $7.
Yeah, they are super freaking cheap.
And they're gonna rebound next year. May as well get it now.
May as well get it now.
We have now turned into a stock market watch show.
No, we turned financial. What the heck? Anyway.
Yeah, we are not financial advisors, and we do not play them on TV. So whatever advice you get from here could be totally wrong. So all right. It's 9:53. Should we just do the LeXtreme?
Let's
go for it.
Let's do the LeXtreme. It's growing on this one. It is really growing on this. We have right now 123 people.
Oh man.
Wow.
On the wheel.
Look at that piece of the pie.
Just remember, if you do win this, since it is a tangible prize, you'll be receiving a PayPal invoice for shipping only. However, you will be getting the lovely LeXtreme 2-inch unopened. Thank you to Optolong. Thank you for the donation. And this is going to go out to a very lucky winner. So here we go. Good luck to the Optolong. Spin the wheel. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Oh, Corin, you just missed it. Brian Weber. Congrats to Brian. I'm going to write that down for Brian Weber. Corin, you're going to see this tomorrow if you're not up. And you're going to be like, God damn it. Ah!
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a voice message. Corin leaves me voice messages. And I'm going to hear Corin is like, hey, Dan, how you doing? Just saw the show and God damn it, I lost. Brian Weber for the LeXtreme. And Brian, I'll send you an email. It's not going to be a lot for shipping on that, depending on where you are. In the U.S., could be a couple bucks. Outside the U.S., could be up to $10-15, depending on where you are. But congratulations to Brian. Optolong, thank you to Optolong for donating to us to give this to our members. And this will go in the mail tomorrow, Brian, if I send you the PayPal invoice. So there you go. Congratulations.
Congratulations. It's awesome.
And Andy, and it was Andy Lee, right? Andy Lee for Masters of Pixinsight.
Do we use? Oh, there we go.
What's that?
Oh.
All right. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. By American Airlines. Everyone's saying by American Airlines. So anyway, I mean, unless if you guys, I mean, we had a full filled night tonight. I mean, it worked a very good flow tonight, I thought.
Yeah, it did. No, it worked out really, really well.
And it's nice what we do. I think this is what we should do. So on Fridays, when we do the presentation, maybe we just do one presentation at 9 o'clock, halfway in the middle of the show.
Okay.
And then we just do it that way. So we just, do a round robin type thing. Whoever wants to do it can do it, but we just do one, and then we don't bunch up the show into a bunch of craziness. But
good choice. Yep.
I think that'll work a lot better. Thank you everybody for the great show tweets and everything. Thank you so much. And please, if you like what we're doing on the show, if you enjoy what we're doing, if you want us to do something better or we can do anything better, that you would like to see the show change, we do take everything. I read every email, every Discord message. I read everything. So please, and I take it all into account. I really do. Those of you people that don't know me out there, just know me from the show. I take a lot of stuff to heart. And, I really want to make the show better. I want to make it more enjoyable for everybody in the chat and more enjoyable for new people. So please hit me up on my email and give me your thoughts at dan@astroworldweb.com. And we'll talk it over with the team, and we'll make it happen if it's feasible. So don't say you should go to McDonald Observatory tomorrow and check out the observatory. That's not going to happen, but anything within reach. I mean, maybe we could get somebody to go show us an observatory, like Craig Stocks, or Dr. Sass with his stuff going on. We could show stuff or have somebody, just I will, Dylan, I will. But listen, just send us a line and let us know. Eric, final thoughts?
No, again, great show, great presentation, man. That was a really great presentation. That was great, for you to share that. So hope everybody did, appreciate that and enjoyed that. But again, this is a great show. And let us, like Dan says, let us know if there's anything, that you guys would like to see, or have us try, as far as any suggestions to improve the show and anything like that. Definitely let us know. And I will look into making some videos, especially on AP, on dealing with the ASI Air. And so thank you guys. Appreciate all the support and the help, and really appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend.
Absolutely. Mr. Pete.
That's a good question, David. I can reach out to Frank Jobar down at Deep Sky Chili and see if he would be interested in maybe doing a live presentation. Let me do that. I'll talk to him on Monday because I've got this project I'm working with him. But good idea, David. Eric, always a pleasure hanging out with you and Dan. And Dan, really a very good presentation. I mean, it just kind of goes to open your eyes that, the women that actually do a lot of work that we just didn't know, but it's always just a lot of information to be able to just kind of perceive and receive. But I like the idea of doing these presentations every Friday. I think it's a good idea. We just maybe, come up with something, and I'll come up with some ideas, and I think we can definitely do it.
Yeah, especially for our new people are getting started and stuff like that. Either we may do presentations or maybe a video. If we have an opportunity to do a video, maybe we put that out there, but do something, So yeah,
like Eric, what you did last Friday on the catalogs, I thought that was very, very informative. I mean, for new people, it was just a great, great presentation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But no, always great show. Always like hanging out with the groups, and definitely like hanging out with the viewer membership.
Buy that 49. Everyone's talking about. Yeah, for like $1,900. Yeah. You know, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a little too much for a video card right now. I'm
Jesus, 1,900. That's a cost of a half computer.
I think it's actually more than that. I don't even think the
Whoa.
40. I don't even think the 40 series is out yet. Is it?
God, I tell you what, you get it, and it'll be obsolete in 6 months.
No, the 4090 won't be. Maybe 2 years, but if it's even out, GTX 4090.
That's wild.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
4090 is out, preparing for launch day. Yeah, I didn't think it was out yet. So it's not so bad. Maintain the 1599 MSRP.
Jesus Christ, that's almost the cost of an Eagle, man.
Well, it is when you get it at cost, but
I swear, man. Wow.
24 gig of RAM, it looks like.
That's
sick.
That's sick, that's just a video card, huh?
That's just a video card.
It's the video card.
Jesus, man, how much heat does that thing put out?
Well, it's got 2 or 3 fans on it. It's got 3 fans on it.
God, man, it's got its own Pelleter cooler, I bet, right?
Oh yeah, it's all set up. It's got all internal fans. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
450 watts.
450 watts? Is that?
You need a 2,000 watt power supply, if not more.
It's crazy. Are you kidding me? Oh man.
Well, that's good. I need something to keep the room because right now in my studio, I literally have a plug-in. It's called Dr. Heater, infrared heater, because in this little studio that I have in here, it's right on the outside. It gets super cold. It's really cold. But anyway. And
that's wild.
All right, everybody. Well, again, have a great night. Have a great weekend. For those of you that are still or are dealing with the Hurricane Ian, please be safe. Be good to your neighbors if they need help, because a lot of people need help down there. Supplies, toilet paper, water, whatever. I mean, just give people what they need, because you know what? It's going to be a little bit of a terror down there for the next days and weeks to come. So, you know, help your neighbor, help your people if you're in the area. If you got out and you're going back in, do whatever you can. And just for those of you, I know that the Carolinas are going to get hit within the next day or so. It's still not. It's what is it? A tropical depression now, but it's still about 100-mile-an-hour peak winds.
I think it now could just move across. I think that's one thought it was a cyclone. I thought they called it a tropical now.
It could be.
So, and it's heading north. So, wow, something.
Yeah. Yep. And again, something to be said for the 5th largest hurricane in history. So, you know, but everybody stay safe out there, everybody, and have a great and safe weekend. And as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Oh, no, we won't see you Wednesday night, right?
No, you are in Chicago.
Am I?
Is that next Wednesday?
Or is it the week after?
You got to let me know.
Wednesday.
The Wednesday, the 5th.
September.
October 5th.
October. No, it's the week after.
Okay.
The week after the 12th, I'll be in Chicago. So next week we're good for shows. The week after, only one show, the Friday show.
All right.
But we'll be doing a lovely spin of the wheel on the 12th, live from Chicago, with me and Eric live together in the same place at the same time for the first time. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be crazy. We may do it before the drinks, maybe after the drinks. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. See how it goes.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Take care and clear skies. Have a good night.
Clear skies.
Bye-bye.